down. Push up on him.
Drop it.
Sniper on the right.
Well, I'm done. I'm doing it.
Drop it.
See, I don't.
I was all wrong. So wrong. I said to myself I wouldn't make another Predator's Mark build. And I didn't, but I am using some similar pieces. And every time I made a Predator's Mark build, I felt completely confident that each one was better than its predecessor. But I was sadly mistaken because I'd been missing an essential piece all along. One that I never had on any of those builds, and one that seals the deal for it being epic beyond all measure. A build that now breaks out of this chain and becomes its own. Not Predator's Mark, but hemophilia. Shout out to Currency for calling me the king of hemophilia. This inspired me to come up with another bleed build, that name itself, because I didn't know what it was going to be like, but you're about to see now, and why this build is the king of all bleed builds. Because what I failed to realize before was that Ongoing Directive's exclusive gear set talents offer everything you need for a sustainable damage build. You just need to trust that. So enough talk, let me share with you this beautiful build I got here. So whenever I'd make a build like this, I would always replace the chest piece with something like the Ridgeway's Exotic, which is great in its own right, but only makes an enemy bleed within a certain range. For something like this, it doesn't really benefit me as much because the 4-piece Ongoing Directive will give you hollow points, which are in fact one of the main aspects that makes this gear set shine. Another chest I would use is Glass Cannon. This is too squishy for me and not worth the reward over the risk. Another popular chest piece I would use is Trauma. This is kind of like Ridgeway's, but has a cooldown and an extra status effect added to it, the Blind. I'm saying all this to say that the Ongoing Directive chest piece gives you everything you need. Every gear set in the game has special talents exclusive to their sets. Maybe I need to revisit them all because sometimes I tend to overlook them. But here's what the Ongoing Directive chest piece offers: a talent called Parabellum Rounds. An extra 35% amplified damage to hollow point rounds. Did you know that this is what the Sacrifice offers, the named Providence chest piece with Glass Cannon? Except that you don't receive all that amplified damage. So Parabellum Rounds is giving you 5% more amplified damage than the Sacrifice without its weakness. Because you know you receive 40% amplified damage from enemies. If that isn't revolutionary, then I don't know what is. I mean, I love the Sacrifice, but I really can't use it sometimes. It's just too squishy. Tell me what other chest piece talent offers 35% amplified damage. Come on, man. Spotter grants 15. Obliterate, you have to stack. Focus, you need to be zoomed in. And I mean, the list goes on. All that the Ongoing Directive chest piece asks of you is that you kill an enemy that has a status effect applied, which is very easy. And that talent is called Rules of Engagement. It's on the Ongoing Directive backpack, and this is required in order to activate the Parabellum Rounds. This backpack is what grants the first 20% of amplified damage with hollow points. So the chest piece and backpack work hand in hand. Also, the backpack is what amplifies all bleed duration by 50% and damage by 100%. And one thing I need to specify about this build is that overall it does very little crit. Its damage will mainly come from the bleed damage itself and how much amplified weapon damage you apply with the hollow points, which is a total of 55%. And in order to increase the bleed damage efficiency, you have to roll status effects on every single piece, even the Fox's prayer knee pads and the Contractor's gloves. Now, this is why I say that the build is both meta and off meta. You can't get more meta than these two named pieces of gear. The Fox's prayer knee pads offers another source of amplified damage with the 8% targets out of cover bonus it gives you. Then with the Contractor's gloves lies another amplified damage bonus with damage to armor. Now notice which weapons I'm utilizing here. And I wanted to make this build easy for y'all to put together. But there is another awesome weapon setup you can use that I'll talk about in a minute. But the primary is the named Carnage LMG. Never has it been more powerful than this, in my opinion. Perfect sadist. With all this amplified damage, it's not fair. On top of the fact that all LMGs give you both amplified damage bonuses, damage to armor and damage to targets out of cover. That's insane. And the 25% damage you get for shooting enemies while bleeding just adds on to that carnage. No pun intended. But let's take a moment here and add all these amplified bonuses up, shall we? We got 55% from the gear set, 16 from contractors and foxes, another 20 from carnage. Bro, that's 91% amplified weapon damage in total. Amazing. This does not include your bleed damage bonuses, which is in a whole nother category. You can go ahead and do the math for me and tell me what you end up with in the comments. Now for the skills, you want to make sure you're using anything that causes bleed. The Seeker Mine is a favorite of mine, and the second is your choice, honestly. The Explosive Trap I think makes you bleed as well, but you can also use the Bleed Hive. This build is honestly a dream come true for those who enjoy DPS bleed builds. It covers all bases, I'd say. And when I get hype about a build I conceptualize, there's always that itch to want to take it into PvP, so I did. And one thing I'll say about it is that if you have hollow points, the damage is great against players, but it's kind of difficult getting a kill on someone who has a status effect and maintaining those hollows, because once you die, they're gone, just like that. And you kind of end up struggling a bit in the match, because the damage is okay when you don't have those hollows. I think that's why most people use skill builds when using bleed. It's just easier to kill someone that way and have more consistent hollow point ammo. Maybe I'll try it in a DZ where NPCs are readily available and I'll always have hollows no matter what. Oh, I almost forgot to tell you about the other weapon style you can use. The Scorpio is so strong with hollow point rounds. It's very easy to use and extremely effective against players and NPCs. But if you want to go for something that can grant you better crit chance and damage values, go with this named SMG called the Grudge. Killing an enemy with a status effect applied grants you and anyone on your team within 20 meters 18% crit chance and crit damage for 20 seconds. This synergistically fits right into the playstyle. It also frees up a slot for you to use a Regulus pistol because you're not using Scorpio, which is great for bleed builds. These are the options I suggest and all of them are worthy. It's just your decision at the end of the day. I really hope that you make this build because it's definitely a treat. All I ask is that you like the video and subscribe to my channel. Also follow my game development journey. If you want to check out my latest devlog, click this video right here. Thank you for your support as always. I'll catch you in the next one. Be right out.